Well, hello friends. Welcome back to the program. Today we're going to do some UI work, some relaxing UI work hopefully, and I would like to improve this file open dialog here a bit. Specifically, I want to add on the left-hand side a set of common locations, such as your home folder, your desktop folder, and the root of the file system, stuff like that. And essentially something very similar to what other systems commonly do, where they have like a list of things. Let's see. File open dialog Windows 2000. Something like this, right? Where you have just a list of common locations on the left side. I think that could be really sweet. So let's build something like that. And I guess we can keep that here for quick reference. So this UI here is built with GML. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to import the GML, or we're going to use the GML playground to edit this, just because it's much easier if you can see what you're actually doing. So lib GUI file picker dialog GML. We'll just put that in my home directory. And then let's see if we can open that up. Yeah, so this is the interface that we load into those dialogues. So let's see if we can edit that and add something here on the left-hand side. So we can see that the outermost layout is a vertical box layout. And I think we're going to want to do something like this. We really... Wait, how is it laid out? We want a horizontal layout here at some point. I guess we can put it... The easiest probably is just to wrap the whole thing in that, so then I guess we'll do it here. So like that. And then we can use the auto formatting feature here just to indent everything for us. And then we'll add a layout to this guy. And I don't know if we need... Oh wait, I didn't spell that right. Okay. And now I need to swap the places here. And it crashed. Perfect. Okay. Interesting. So we'll start that over. And we'll put this horizontal in the outermost layout instead. Yeah, that's what we wanted. And then we'll wrap that here. Widget. Add one of those. And then there we go. Yes, so now we have something here on the left side, which is where our thing is going to go. So maybe it will have a fixed width of, I don't know, how wide was this thing? Can we just open this with the GIMP? How wide is that? Roughly 80 something pixels. That works for me. So say 80. And should we put a frame maybe? It might look nice. And we're probably going to make our own widget for this, so that's just a placeholder. And what would be... Let's try it with a background color also, like... Oh, the autocomplete doesn't work quite right, and it adds an extra character. Okay, yeah. That's kind of neat, I guess. I do like here that it starts further down. I guess now we're basically copying this UI, but it looks so good. Who cares? Should we put it... I guess if we put a label... Let's see what it would look like if we had the look in type label up here. Let's see, so that would be... I'd have to wrap this stuff. And okay, autocomplete is unusable. That sucks, but we can make do. And then we'll put a GUI label above here. Text, look in, something like that. Do we have auto size here? Yes, we do. Oh, but auto size maybe doesn't work vertically. Fixed height 16, let's say. Okay, yeah, so we can do something like that. Text align, meant center right. Yeah, so this is rather hackish, actually, but it sort of gets the job done at the moment. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like it. Let's see if we can use this. So let me just go ahead and save. Call it new. And yeah, yep. And then we'll grab the file picker dialog new. And then we'll just put that into the GUI. Okay. So if we build now, let's see what it looks like with that slotted in. Okay. It looks kind of nifty. Actually, it looks really nifty. Very much like, and it looks good when you resize it too. It gets a little awkward around here. Maybe a nice responsive approach to this would be that once we scale the window down past a certain size, then this thing would sort of disappear. But let's not worry about that right now. Let's just add some buttons to it. So we will first up give it a name, the GUI frame here. So we'll call it common locations frame, let's say. And let's also give it a layout, because why not? Then it becomes easier to add stuff to it. So common locations frame. And then let's edit the file picker. And where do we load the GML? Here, widget load from GML. Okay, and then I guess we can just do this at the bottom here somewhere. Then we'll look up the common locations frame is find descendant of type named common locations frame. and then we're gonna add some stuff to it, I guess. So we'll add, what are we gonna add? Let's add the home directory, the desktop, and the root directory, I think. And then we'll start with those. So let's make a helper for this. Add common location button. And then, a cool feature could be that you could add your own sort of favorite locations to this thing, but we'll start with just some common ones. So I guess like the name and the path. And then here we'll just say like home, paths, home directory, right, home, desktop, and root, let's say. So that one is easy. And let's see. What do we want to do with these? I guess we'll make a button. Okay, so common locations frame, add Gui Button, and then we'll set some cool style on it. So graphics button style cool bar. My favorite type of button, the cool bar button. And I guess I don't really have an icon to use for these. I would like to use icons, but for now we're gonna use names because we don't have a desktop icon. We have a home directory icon and a root icon, no desktop icon. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's not worry about that right now. Let's just put the. It's not the name that I want to change. I want to change the text actually. So we'll do that. And button on click. And then here, we're just going to capture the path actually by value for this lambda here. And when you click on it, we will simply, how do we navigate this thing? Like what happens if you click on, say, the parent directory thing, on selection change, blah, blah, blah. Why am I not seeing? Do we have set path somewhere? Set path, yeah. That was the name of it. Okay, so that's obvious. Set path, path. And we have to capture this as well. Yeah, so there we go. Let's see if that would actually work. That super crashed because, oops, add child. So where are we? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, did this thing actually not find anything? Common locations. Oh, shoot. I screwed that up somehow. Okay. Yeah, I replaced that with a capital F for some reason. Okay. I guess we can move that name there also. Still no good? Mm-hmm. Okay, because I can't spell. Okay, these problems are silly. Come on now. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so the cool bar that I mentioned, it's basically this thing right here where it doesn't have a frame until you hover, and then it sort of creates this 3D-ish 1990s 3D frame around it upon hover. And it's called a cool bar button because I think that was the internal name of the widget used in Office 97, I want to say. Anyway, so look at that. If I click on them, it totally works. That's really kick-ass. But let's see. It looks kind of weird though. Like, yeah, the text should probably be white instead of black in this case. Also, we shouldn't hard code the color because that it's not going to work well if you switch to a different theme, right? It's going to look really out of place like this. So we're going to want to not hard code the color here in the GML, and instead we will set a background, not background role. Or is that what we want to do? Wait, what's that color role called? Oh, incomplete type. Let's bump the copyright. Yeah, so I think we want some darker color. I just don't know if window is the right one, or if we should just use like one of the shades. What am I doing? Yeah, that's not the right one. Let's look in the theme default. So what am I looking for really? Like, I'm looking for 40, 40, 40. So that would be like 3D Shadow 2. 3D Shadow 2 is probably the one I want. So let's just, I guess let's just pick that for now. That's kind of awkward, but we can make that work. Oh, no, we cannot make that work. That's way too dark. Let's pick 3D Shadow 1. And let's use maybe use the 3D highlight for set foreground row. I wonder if this will mesh. I think it will. I just wonder how it will look like for other themes. Yeah, so here it kind of works. Not sure about the hover look. But if we try some other themes here. Yeah, here it doesn't look super reasonable. Although I guess it's not the end of the world. This looks fine, obviously. That's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess maybe it's fine to use this pairing now. I don't know. Maybe we need to add some new colors here, because this is really like, what is this even? It's sort of like some sunken surface thing. We don't really have a theme color for this. I don't know what the call is. This type of area. I don't have a good word for it. Anyway, I don't want the fill while I'm hovering to be so bright. I just want the outline. So let's see. Or if sweating the details here, but let's see. So what we normally do in the button class, when you paint the cool bar, when we paint a button. Let's take a look at that. So where do we fill? I guess when you call paint button, then we fill probably. Classic style painter. Paint button. So let's see, button style. Yeah, so this is the cool bar code right here. So we're neither pressed nor checked. But we fill the base with the button color. Okay, and the button color is just palette button. Yeah, so we can't really override that if we don't mess with the palette directly, which I guess we could. That doesn't feel right. Maybe I'm approaching this the wrong way. Maybe let's not care so much about replicating this exact thing right now, and let's just make something that makes sense instead. So what if first thing is these should probably be a bit taller, and then we could give icons to at least 2 of them, see how that feels. So let's not overthink it. We'll just iterate on what we have here. So for icons, actually we can even use the file icon provider. We don't need to do anything smart. We can just hand these paths that were given to the file icon provider. So button set icon, file icon provider, icon for path. Oh, and then we have to get a bitmap from it. Okay, hold on. Bitmap for size 32, let's say. Yeah, so if we find a bitmap for the path, then we'll use that. I think that would just work. But we should probably... Oh, right, yeah, because then we get one for desktop as well, just a generic folder icon. So we're gonna have to make these a little taller. Buttons at fixed height. Let's set them to 36, let's say. Oh, and then we would like the... I was thinking, do we want the button up top? Oh, the icon up top, like we have here? But I kind of like the icon on the left-hand side look. In fact, what if we took that down and used the 16 icon instead? I feel like that might be pretty tasty. Okay, all right. I'm kind of digging it. Of course, these need to not be centered, so we'll fix that. Buttons at text alignment. Not elision, text alignment. Center left is right. This is starting to look really interesting, actually. Very, very like. I don't like how close this one is to the top. That looks really awkward. But I guess we can just bring it down a bit. Okay, let's see. How do we do that? We could set some margin on the layout here. So we'll just put a top and bottom margin of 4 pixels. Let's see how that goes. Okay, yeah, that's a lot nicer. Very cool. Yeah, the colors are bothering me a little bit, but I think maybe we can just ignore those right now. Also, why are they so... Like, there's a space in between them for some reason. That seems totally unnecessary. I don't know why it's like that. So I guess we can just remove the spacing in the layout here within the frame, and then the buttons will... they should just stack up right next to each other instead. Yeah, iterating on the layout on the GML, like with the recompile, is a bit suboptimal, obviously. Yeah, this is so much nicer because then there's no dead pixel in between, but like you just jump right from one to the other, make them a little taller as well. I think that looks super nice. Cool, very cool. Of course, white on light gray does not look cool, so that does bother me a bit. So what if we don't get fancy with these color rolls, but just let it go? What would that look like? So it would be like this. Also, yeah, this doesn't look quite right. Are we missing the... Yeah, we're missing, I guess, the left and right side of this because it falls under the frame. So let's see if we can put some extra margin to cover the frame here, just so we get the full outline of the cool bar border. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I quite like that. Okay, yeah, I think this is where we're gonna start. And then if we're gonna start with this, yeah, and then we can iterate on this because I'm sure that we can come up with like some better colors to increase contrast and whatever, but let's not get stuck on that right now. So this will be our first iteration here. Let's remove that. Oh, I have to auto format. Yes, 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 and yes. Add some shortcuts to common locations in GUI file picker. This patch adds a handy set of buttons on the left-hand side that can take you to common locations, like such as your home directory, your desktop directory, the root directory. Okay. And then I'm thinking, should we do something here where, like, if you are currently in the root directory, then we would display this thing in like bold or something like that. Does that make sense? I don't know if that would make sense. Like if you're in your home directory, it doesn't seem like it's really necessary. I guess it could be in a depressed state like this. If you're in your home directory, it would be checked even. That might make more sense. So let's make these checkable. Okay, let's see. Button set checkable. Although I don't necessarily want the user to change them. Let's see. Yeah, because I don't want this behavior. I only want them to be checked if you're actually in that folder. Also, this should probably be a tiny bit wider, actually. So instead of 80, how about we splurge and make it 90? Also, this workflow of opening everything up is a bit silly. Yeah, this is that's a bit more spacious. I like that, but okay, so let's see. In order to support this, we're gonna need to know which button maps to which thing, I think. So I guess what we can do is we can just well, we can put these into an action group or button group or whatever it's called. Or wait, no, we can't do that, but we can make them exclusive. Yes. Okay, so that means that you can only check one of them because they're siblings. Then only one of them can be checked. At least that makes some sense. And then we're gonna need to remember the buttons so that we can access them from elsewhere. So we'll do something like this. Okay. Oh. So we'll do that, and then what are we gonna do with these things? I guess when the path changes, so model on complete. What is that? After you set the path, yeah, then it will complete. Okay, we can try that. I think should probably have a better name. I just don't know what to call it. Ignoring that right now, though. And oh, and we need to capture everything, actually. Okay, so if model root path is my home directory, then home button set checked true. Yeah, this is a little bit clunky, but let's roll with it for now. It can definitely do this in a more modular or like more generic way, but let's just see how this would be. And then, oh, and then like else we have to disable all of them, so, or uncheck all of them. Okay. Ploop, 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 ploop. and then I go, see, it works. Go up, go to home. The only thing is that when it initially opens, then it doesn't select home here, even though I am in home. I guess because we're too late at that point, so we want to do this a little bit earlier. Set up this mechanism earlier, I mean. After we... Or maybe we can just move the setting of the initial path to later. Model, where's the model? Model. Set route, set path. Where do we set the path? Here. Yeah, so we'll just do that. The very last thing we do. See how that goes. Hopefully nothing relied on the order of things here. You never know. Cool. Okay, root. Go to home, anon. Gets checked. Very, very cool. And I try to uncheck it. That doesn't work. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I really like that. That's so cool. Very, very cool. Show use checked state to indicate okay, that we're in make file pickers common location buttons checkable. We now use the checked state of these buttons to indicate that you are viewing, that you are in that specific folder. The check state is updated automagically if you navigate no matter how you navigate the file system. That's really cool. I like that. I like that quite a lot, actually. Very, very tasteful UI. Awesome. Now I'm just wondering about the order here. Like, should root be up top? Because root is like logically top level. Because the order feels a bit strange because of the specificity, right? Because root is the least specific and desktop is the most, and then they're not in order of specificity. What are they in order of, really? I think we're gonna move root to the top. I'll feel a little bit better if we do that, so let's try it. Root button. You just have to do that. Change the order. Yeah, I think that's somehow that feels cooler. There's a little bit of ambiguity here because it sort of reminds you a little bit of a breadcrumb bar, which it isn't. And I guess it will seem less like a breadcrumb bar if we add more things. So what did they have? They had like history. We don't have a history mechanism. My computer, stuff like that. Yeah, but I think this is probably okay right now. And yeah, if we let you add your own, that would be sweet as well. But I think I'm happy with the feature as it is for this moment. So let's just commit this last one. Tweak order of common location buttons in file picker. Let's put the root directory up top. And so the buttons are in order of directory specificity. I'm not sure that directory specificity is a thing, but hopefully you know what I mean. Anyway, I think this turned out really sweet. So, oh, right. If I try to open a symlink here, it doesn't treat it like a directory. It probably should. Like if this is a symlink to my home directory. But that's a thing for another day. Anyway, this is going to be it for today's video. So today was a user interface hacking video, but I'm very happy with the result. I'm sure we can iterate on it, but it's a great base. So thank you very much for checking this out. I hope that you saw something interesting, and I will see you next time. Bye.